We're sort of above it now, but that is one crazy cloud of smoke. Several clouds. On our way home, we saw this helicopter dropping water buckets, and one of these small fires had spread. But at no time were we in any danger from forest fires. We're going to see a lot of smoke, but it's all coming from far away. And we're headed up into those mountains there. A couple deer grazing out there in Tuolumne Meadows. And we start our hike just about 100 yards to my left, and we go behind me out to Cathedral Lakes. Cathedral Lakes trailhead, here we go. And of course the first thing we do is climb up, I think over 1,000 feet. We started just after 9. It was cold down on Tioga Road, but it's heating up quick. And we're in sort of a heat wave. It's going to be in the 80s up here today. And it's smoky. And we're not that well acclimated yet. It's going to be slow going for a while. We are still just getting used to the thin air. We're fairly used to this kind of elevation and acclimate fairly quickly, but it'll still take a little while to get used to it. Flattening out a little bit, and we're starting to feel warmed up. Beautiful walk in the woods. And we'll get to the big views pretty soon. What do you think, Roxana?
It's really nice.
Isn't it? This is amazing.
With no sleep and no caffeine.
Yeah. Yeah, we are really on like almost no sleep. We left Berkeley at 3:30 in the morning, so we got up at 2:30 in the morning, drove out here, just rested our eyes a little bit, and got right to hiking. There's our first big rock. We're somewhere around 9,300 feet. We had a pretty long flat, but now we're going straight up again. Very steep. Couple deer and a view. 9,500 feet up, and we're almost to the lakes. Also, this is the John Muir Trail. We're on a little piece of John Muir Trail here. Oh, look at that. We went past the first Cathedral Lakes spur trail. We're going to head straight to the upper one. Or we're out this way. There is Upper Cathedral Lake. We're on a little spur off of the John Muir Trail, and we're going to go sit here for a long time. We need a rest. Wow. Upper Cathedral Lake. There's a few people scattered around. There's people on the trail, but not too many. Get that cathedral peak behind us. Big open area here. And we are going to relax for a long time. Almost noon already. Boy, we're at 9,500 feet, and I don't have my thermometer, but it's got to be 80 something out here. You can see a little smoke in the background already, but 2 hours later it was really rolling in. Roxana fell asleep for a while. I started up our little tablet stove, and she woke up saying, "Fire!" All the smoke in the air plus the stove messed with her subconscious. She woke up ready to run, but as bad as the smoke is about to get, the fires are still far, far away. This is nuts. Look at that. That is all smoke. Is it gonna storm on us? No, just a smoke storm. And it's getting really windy. It's making it cold. It was hot. Not anymore. Time for us to get moving and warm up a little. It's crazy how dark it is right now. The sun just went away. I mean, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. You can see there the edge of the smoke line. Beautiful piece of forest we're walking through, even if it is smoky and gloomy. And we're making our way towards the long meadow. Coming across this stuff, it is surreal in this smokescape. And we are heading towards a pass of a sort here. And everything is turning orange. Things are going to change color every few minutes. Everything looks so strange. On the little pass here, I think this is called Cathedral Pass. I'm hearing something that sounds like thunder out in the distance. I don't know what's going to happen up ahead here. Just past the last scene. Wow, this just got amazing. I guess we're going down that way. We are at 9,800 feet now. What I thought was going to be mostly flat took us up another 300. But we're heading back down and towards the thunder, so I guess we're going to find out what's happening out there. Just us and the thunder. Even the birds are pretty quiet right now. They don't know what's going on. Sunset's not for 3.5 more hours. Not even 4 o'clock yet. Made it around that, and now we're heading down. And look at this smoky, thundery mess in front of us. It's still sort of mostly above us. It is kind of filtering in though. Roxana was just pointing out though, we are covered in ash, and I'm getting them in the eyes. Sure does look like a lot of smoke down there. For the most part, it's been above us. We'll see how bad it gets. But the fires are all pretty far away from here. We're not in any danger. Yeah, at least you can see the smoke is much worse. We're kind of right at the line, and we're gonna drop down out of it finally. But this is crazy. Sunset is at 7:20 p.m. It is not even 4 p.m. yet. Well, down we go. Smoky Meadow. And what about the thunder? We don't really know. Other people heard it too, but it did not rain anywhere. That's how much ash has fallen in about 15 minutes of sitting here onto our bear can. Minute to minute, it's more orange or more gray depending on how thick the smoke cloud is at the time. I'm constantly adjusting the camera to give you as accurate a representation as possible. This is all pretty close to what we're seeing. If anything, it's more bizarre in person. Looks like we found the spot. Nobody out here, and we are well away from the trail. It's somewhere out there. It's really crazy that it's still it's snowing ash, and I mean, it's 6 p.m., so it would be getting a little dark, but it's ridiculous dark. It's been the same dark since 2 o'clock. So weird. We're just gonna hang out, eat some food, enjoy the view, and get to sleep early because we barely got any sleep last night trying to get to the park, and then, of course, hiked all day, so we are beat. All right, we'll see you in the morning. The sun is just starting to make its way over the mountains behind me. So quiet. I don't know what's going to happen, but there's sort of a break in the smoke out there. It's not raining ash as hard as it was. Maybe it'll move away. It's definitely lifted at the moment. Boy, it is everywhere. And it's cool this morning, about 40 degrees. It's starting to warm up already though. Just after 9 a.m. Not too terrible that way. Almost looks like blue sky, not really. And then, oof, there's that. Yeah, that is really dark out there. The good news is it seems to be mostly off of us. Like I'm not really smelling any smoke or breathing it in here. So although it is all over the place, it's not on us. Well, who knows, as the day progresses, the wind shifts a little bit or kicks up and we could be right in it again. At the moment, there's no wind. It is just silent out here. So nice. I think what we're gonna do is go over to Sunrise Lakes and get water and just come back to here. That way we can leave our camp set up. It is getting intensely black over there. Wow. "10:20 a.m. Oh, looks a little better than yesterday. Smoke is messing with the white balance on my camera, but this looks, yeah, that looks pretty accurate. And we are gonna head up there and over that to get some water at Sunrise Lake, or the upper Sunrise Lake. There's just nobody out here. We had a few people pass by the camp this morning, but very few, like 2 or 3 groups, and that's it. And yeah, it's just empty. Really bizarre. There's never a huge amount of people out here, but you expect to see a few all the time. Really glad I was able to get Roxana out to the long meadow here. I was out here last year with some other friends and felt bad that she wasn't here. About the same gray as last year. It's a lot warmer A lot quieter and calmer, so still out here. On the top of the little pass here before Sunrise Lakes. Looks like winter, but it's got to be almost 70. In the little moonscape, we're going to drop down to the lake right there. Got some mountains out in the distance. Well, at least the smoke is staying above us. I can see out. Last time I came this way, it was storming on us and we couldn't see anything going that way. There it is, the upper Sunrise Lake. Oh, we are happy to see some water. This was not a wet year. There was very little snow over the winter. And so there is not much water besides the lakes. At least it's warm though. I'll trade less water for warm anytime. And so far, smoky as it is, the ash rain is light and the smoke is staying above us. We're breathing minimal amounts. Yeah, they're marmots. They're all over. A couple of them there. They're all over the place here. Don't feed them. Yeah, they're already scoping us out to see if they can beg. Not from us. We're walking on this sandy bit to avoid damaging the meadow. When you walk on the meadow, your little footpath creates a drain that drains the meadow, and if the meadow can't flood, the grass will give way to trees and the meadow will disappear. So that's why it's important to stay off of meadows and not create social trails across them. See how the low point stays nice and green from being flooded, and then on the higher edges the trees start coming in. Might just be able to make out how nice and blue the water is. This is a nice sandy area. Wish it was a little warmer, I'd go swimming. It is close to 70, but a little breezy, and with this smoky sky, it's not hot. I'll tell you folks, if you come to a lake like this and you find out you have cell service, keep your call really short, please. Holy cow, we just spent the last 20 minutes listening to some lady broadcast her phone call from down at the other end of the lake. I guess people don't realize, you know, your sound travels on these right across the body of water. Making our way back up the little pass. Alright, up at the top we went just slightly off trail to get a nice view. It is smoky out there, but we sure can see quite a bunch of mountains. Yeah, only 2:30 p.m. and those are not clouds. That's 100% smoke. Love this forest sticking out of the granite. And yeah, it's not really raining much ash on us, but that smoke is thick and the color is crazy out here. Orange everything. Well, we're just gonna make the best of it. At least it's extra quiet. Roxanne is carrying a bag of water there because I'm an idiot and had her not bring, we didn't bring extra water jugs even though she suggested we do. And since we're camping far away from a lake tonight, we need the extra water. So there it is. I carried it up the hill and now she wants to carry it down. I tried to take it back, she won't let me.
No.
And of course that's our Catadine gravity feed filter bag. No work. It sure is gloomy out here. It's just bizarre. We're just making the best of it. What can you do? It's so weird. I mean, I feel like we should be running for our lives, but we don't need to. We can just hang out. Even though we had to haul an extra 3 or 4 liters of water, it worked out for the best. Our original plan was to camp at those lakes, and there were a lot of people there. We just didn't want to climb over this hill yesterday, so we walked along the rocks off the trail until we ran into the clearing and found that fire ring. There's no campfires allowed, and we don't do campfires anyway, but the fire ring shows you other people have camped there. Fire and camping restrictions are complicated and change frequently here, but technically we should have went a little further down the trail before finding a camp off the trail, because there is a currently closed High Sierra Camp glamping outfit at the bottom of this hill. We're supposed to be a mile beyond that. We're a little bit short of it. Still better to only disturb one spot than to take up camp and go disturb some other spot. And we are well off trail and far away from the camps. 4 p.m. and we're back at camp. Just gonna relax for the rest of the day. Maybe fool around out there a little bit. Made it up to a nice little opening here. Smoggy view, but it's a big wide one. Behind me we got one gigantic tree. Just getting up that was really steep. No, I'm not getting up that. Yeah, it looks like it could go up that way. Well, there's that tree. I made it, you know, a little further up, but that's good. Yeah, I could make it a little bit further, but with all this smoke, there's not much point. Higher up I go, the more in the smoke cloud I get. Starting to choke on it. Almost back to camp. It's around 6 p.m. I'm just gonna eat dinner, relax, and we'll see you in the morning. 9 a.m. We had some oatmeal, and look at that, the sky is blue. It's not completely dark that way, and you can't really tell, but the sun is actually yellow, not red today. So maybe it won't be too smoky. It was real cold this morning, it had to be below 40, it was really cold. But it's warming up quickly. It's already past over 60, I think.
My eyes are smoky from the
Roxana's barely awake and her eyes are all red from smoke. But tell them what you heard last night.
Oh, I heard a coyote, or maybe more than one, but really loud. Like barking and howling for several minutes.
Yeah, so somewhere out here we had a little visitor. I was already fast asleep. Just after 10 a.m. we have mostly blue sky still. Here we go, huh, Roxana? Are you ready? She's tired. We're gonna make it. Going back will be a lot easier. Things are a lot lighter now too. Not carrying so much food anymore. Much less smoky. So we have to go up and around the base of that thing and then over basically somewhere down there. A little over 4 miles. Much nicer without all the smoke. We went over a little hump and now we're on meadow part 2. Oh, gotta love this long meadow. It's a tough climb. Ah, made it around that thing and over the first hump. We go down and up a little more. A nice view out there. Loving it. Taking a little break off trail because look at this expansive view. Even if it is a little smoky. Wow. And our lake to camp at is down there somewhere. Not too far. The lake is out there. How was it?
It was not bad. It was fine.
Yeah,
A lot
only
easier than I thought it would be.
yeah. Only took us like 2 hours. There's a big wall. And we're walking to the far end of the lake. Well, we could go to the lower one, but what did you say, Roxana?
I really like this one.
Yeah, so she wants to stay here. Plus, there's probably a lot more people at the lower lake. Just about 1:45 p.m. It's hot out here. It might be close to 80. You can see there is quite a bit of smoke, but still it's just wafting in. It's not heavy, thick over us. We've still got a yellow sun and almost blue sky. Yeah, the sky's sort of blue up there. Found an amazing spot along the lake shore here. There's some people scattered around, but they're spread out pretty far. It is really cold. I don't know if I'm going to get submerged in this. Oh, wow. Wow, that was invigorating. And I'll note I did thoroughly rinse off before I went in the lake. You're not supposed to use the lake as a bathtub. You don't want your bug spray, deodorant, and worse being in the lake spread around on everyone. Got a really comfortable seat, and what a view. Just loving it. Well, we've been enjoying the lake for a while. So now, and we're gonna find someplace to camp up in the woods here. You're supposed to be at least 100 feet away from water. We're gonna go more like a couple hundred yards. Get away from the people by the edge of the water as well. Did we win on this one or what?
Yes, this is really great.
Alright, so not only is it flat over here, as we were moving away from the lake, I started looking, I thought, maybe we can, oh yes we did! A view of the lower Cathedral Lake. We are on the edge of a cliff in a perfectly flat campsite. This is unbelievable. It definitely pays to push off the trail a little ways and find a real spot in the woods. We'll cook a little food and hang out, and that's it. Tomorrow we head out. Just gonna enjoy our evening here. Much warmer, close to 50 this morning, and the sky is clear. Unfortunately, the smoke will be back because the fires are still burning all over the place, but it's nice that we get a clear hike out. Well, it's about 20 after 9, and we're going to start heading out. Just a beautiful walk in the forest back to Tuolumne Meadows. What a great trip. One little tiny creek across the trail. Not a lot of sun on it, but there's one last big chunk of granite. And we're pretty close to the trailhead, a mile or so. Safely back at Tuolumne Meadows.